Hello, everybody. It's time for Pop Speed Digital's Hot Take Tuesday. I'm Lori Jo Vest, and I am here with a bunch of other members of the Pop Speed team, Kylie, Molly, and Sarah, to talk about social media, paid versus organic. We have really strong opinions on this. And it's because we've actually worked with clients that wanted to do strictly organic. There's compelling reasons not to do that. But I will let Kylie tell us what
Mhm.
we're going to talk about today first before I go deeper.
All right, so organic social versus paid social and why it matters. We're going to start by covering what the difference between the two is, just for those who may not be familiar. And then we're going to touch on our hot take today is that organic reach is dead, and really like why we feel that way and what the numbers do or kind of say to support that. And then we'll wrap it all up by talking a little bit about how we approach paid social and what we recommend.
All right, let's get started.
Yes, ma'am.
So, paid versus organic. Organic social is the content that you put up on your brand page that you don't put any money behind. That means you post it and you just let the algorithm do what the algorithm does, right, Kylie?
Yep, exactly. And then with paid social, it is whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, any of the meta stuff, or even TikTok business or TikTok's business suite, excuse me. It's essentially putting something on social, allocating a budget to it to kind of help the back end of the platform, give it a little bit more juice, put it in front of more people. Really advocate for clicks, advocate for higher engagement, really put it essentially spends that money on like kind of enticing your audience to do what you want them to do. Um, and kind of how we're going to touch on in a second, organic social and the fact that it's a little bit dead, not a little bit dead, it's
It's a
dead.
lot dead.
It's a lot dead,
Let's
yes.
be real here. It's dead.
Yeah, don't
It's
want to
dead.
sound too harsh, but it is. Um, I think it's one of those things where there's a lot of ways to do it. There are ways to target specific audiences. It not only helps your numbers and your profile growth and things like that, but it also helps you reach more qualified leads and reach the
Yeah.
people that you really want to reach in an intentional way.
Yeah, the thing about it is, a lot of people that aren't really deep into social may not even realize that your personal page is much different and handled much differently by the channels
Mm-hmm.
than a brand page or a company page. Once you set up a company page, which is what you have to do, they require that if you're
Yep.
promoting a product or a brand or a service, you join a whole new realm of social content that the channels see as trying to promote. And the audience isn't there for you to promote to them. So it's a pay to play environment. The audience is there to socialize. Their content will be treated differently by the algorithm than a business page's content, right? And people seem to, a lot of customers that we deal with that aren't social media savvy. I actually had someone ask us to do one LinkedIn post a quarter on their LinkedIn business page, and they were going to pay us to do this one post a quarter. And I said, "I can't do it. I'd be taking your money for something that would get you absolutely no results." So we
Right.
used it because it's kinda silly. Like,
Yeah.
why pay somebody to do something that's going to get no ROI whatsoever for you? So, again, people who use social on their personal behalf and feel like, "I know LinkedIn, I use it all the time," may not understand that it's very different to promote a company or service than it is
Yeah.
to promote yourself.
It's an
So that's where the
entirely different ecosystem, really.
it really is. Yeah, it really is. So that's the difference between paid and organic. And it's important to know if you're going to be promoting a product or service on social.
Yeah.
So next,
Okay, so as we have said before, organic is pretty much dead.
dismal.
And yep,
Dismal.
And we have seen time and time again that getting results from just organic social is so difficult, to the point where
Oh,
we
yeah.
very rarely take on any clients anymore who aren't willing to back their content with any paid.
Yeah.
And I've seen this with 3 different clients, like in 3 different ways. Like, I have one who does not do any paid social, and it is
Sad.
it's real hard. It's
Yeah.
sad looking at the um
The
looking at our
analytics,
analytics every
yeah.
week,
The reporting is
every month.
just so you don't wanna share it.
Yeah. Versus we have another one who, starting out, did not really do any paid social, and once they finally did, our numbers exploded.
Yeah.
And they're continually getting upwards of 20% engagement rates on multiple posts every month.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think for that
so
particular
yeah.
client, it's like, what do we spend? About $150 or $200 a month? But it's a very
Hmm.
engaged community, so when we reach more people, they engage. So it really does ma even a small amount of money can make a big difference.
Yeah.
So, alright. And next.
All right. So a little bit about what we tend to recommend. Kind of how Molly said, we we will, yeah, very rarely take on clients that are unwilling to back their content with spend. Does that mean we've never done it? No. Does that mean we like to do it? Also no. Um, but that's not to say that there is an exact dollar amount that will really like make a difference to us. A little bit does go a long way. Of
Yeah.
course, a lot is better. But we have clients that are in the 250 per month range. We have clients up to 4,000 per month. So,
Just on
um,
the social spend. Just
exactly, just strictly on social spend. And
yeah.
of course, you know, when you're really putting thousands of dollars per month behind your social, yeah, you're going to see really significant results, and we have. So from
Yes.
our experience, the more the merrier. Absolutely, it totally works. However, that's not to say if you're not in the realm currently to put $4,000 a month behind your social content that you're doomed. That's not
Right.
true at all. Our clients that are in that $250 range also see, I mean, night and day responses to like when you compare it to their organic social. I could put the
Mhm.
same post up, just leave it organic and get really close to zero engagement, and I could put a little bit of money behind it and the numbers go crazy.
Yeah.
So to us, I think our key recommendation, and what maybe shouldn't be considered a hot take, but our hot take today, is that whatever you can afford to put to back your social content, you should.
Absolutely. Now, Sarah, what's your experience with, paid versus social or paid versus organic?
So outside of Pop Speed, I'm an individual artist and I do a lot of events. So I actually table at Comic Cons and local art fairs and all that kind of a thing. So I know very well what it takes to do either, try to even get that one follower organically these days is so
Yes.
freaking tough.
It's hard.
It
Yeah.
is hard. I venture out. I took an Amtrak train all the way to Florida to do an event, and then turns out if I get 10 followers on that day with a QR code, which you have to tell them this is a QR code and you're going to have to scan this and you're going to hit that follow. And then you might get 10 followers, 15 tops. But that's
Yeah.
when you say organic, you actually have to physically talk to people, ask them to do this, beg sometimes,
Yeah.
like, please follow me, and
Yeah.
it's so hard. Whereas again, if I can spend whatever I have, it can even be $50. It can even be $100 for one post. And again, one thing I do know is that don't just spend money and boost everything. That's really not how it works too. If the content
Right.
is not good quality, people can come and say, oh, what the heck is this? So it does have to align with what you are showing. And I think what we do really well at Pop Speed is that we do know quality of content meeting the standards of what we're boosting, so that when people come
Right.
in, they're like, oh, this is really nice. Click, come in. And they're like, they will see
Yeah.
something even better. So
Exactly.
definitely the balance is really, really important. And that's why when you
Yeah.
say organic, it's triple the challenge, right? Because you got to do all that and still hope that
Yeah.
somebody will follow you.
I think that's such a good point too, because it's not this cheat code that means your content doesn't have to be good just because you have money, right? Like you really need to
Right.
meet in the middle for sure. But by putting that ad spend behind it, it's a great way to amplify your already good content.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. And what we do too, one of the reasons it's a good idea to have a digital marketing agency on your side is because we are there every day. And I'll give you an example. We have the client that spends $4,000. We don't just throw $1,000 a week behind one piece of content and just let it
Right.
roll. I'm behind the scenes looking at the back end of Meta, which you've heard us say is a dumpster fire. I voluntarily visit the dumpster fire that is Meta's back end on a daily basis to figure out and watch which of the promoted posts do well. So throw a couple of hundred behind it, see what happens. If it brings in leads, it's bringing in a good set of leads, or it's getting lots of click throughs to the website, or a lot of people are liking the page, whatever your goal is, then we'll add more money to that post. If it's not, we may totally take the spend off of that post
Right.
and move it to another one and continually test and learn the audiences too, because what a spend allows you to do, depending on the platform, target different age ranges, different geography, different affinities. For example, I can target people who watch NFL hockey, people who drink whiskey, people who chew tobacco, people who, who attend concerts. I mean, there's a lot of demographics that you can target your spend toward, and then helps you figure out where your audience is. And actually on Meta, they have what they call the advantage audience, where they
Mhm.
will take your demographics that you've put in and they'll increase it a little bit, increase that reach out to people that might not directly fill those specific demographic requirements, but are likely in your audience. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes when you do put a spend behind content. And it really is the best way to make sure that you're getting ROI from your social media. And
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Our clients don't work with us so we can create a really pretty social channel and look at all the nice people engaging. And isn't that sweet? They want to see traffic to their website, signups, donations, volunteers,
Yeah.
lead gen. They want a list that goes to their people that they can call and actually convert to customers. And
Mhm.
that you can't do that with just organic social. We've yet to see it that organic would work that way. So we're very
Yeah.
reticent, hesitant to ever take on a client that doesn't want to put a good spend behind their social.
Yeah.
So that's our hot take for today. We're adamant about it. And
Yes, we are.
we'd love to talk to you about your social media. So, um, Pop Speed Digital Marketing is here for you. If you want to have us sit with you real quick for a half hour on a Zoom call and give you, a quick audit of your social channels, we're happy to do that at no charge, and just share our thoughts and opinions on how you could improve what you're doing. We help with SEO content. We do websites and website maintenance. We do email marketing. And of course, our love is social, because even though we complain about it, we have a love hate relationship a little stronger on the love. So that is it for today, guys. If you want us, get in touch with us at Pop Speed Digital Marketing, or any of us are all of us are open networkers on LinkedIn, and we'd love to hear from you. So take care for today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Everyone.
Bye, guys.